We've all had a pretty rough go of it over the last 5 or 6 years, haven't we? I really haven't heard much from too many people about their experiences. Little here, little there. But one thing I do know, that 2020 really opened up a lot of doors. A lot of doors I personally thought were closed for good. I thought I did the work. For some reason, they seem to have been just a little ajar. Why? I'm kind of through asking why. I'm more about when. What's next? For me, it opened up a lot of childhood history. Things that I thought I understood. This is my story. This is my testimony. Something I said back in church about 10 years ago when asked if I would give my testimony. I declined because I felt I wasn't spiritually ready to give it. There was things before the awakening that I knew I needed to work on. But what I didn't realize was it was more than just a couple things. See, I grew up with a leader who was never really a leader. I saw, and like many others, way too much at a young age. I don't like getting too descriptive because I personally don't like it when people get descriptive with me. I don't need to know the details. Just tell me how hard it was. Was it fucked up? Yeah. Was it raw? Yeah, it was raw. A lot of people like to say a raw dog in the 80s. I learned resilience really young. I learned that that's not what I want to be. And for me, I didn't want to be embarrassing. Not an embarrassment. Let's not twist the two together. There is a difference. I didn't want to be embarrassing. I didn't want to act a certain way. And at that moment, I can say it was 7, 8 years old, because that's when everything happened for me, to me. That's when I had to grow up. That's when I had to be the adult. And I didn't understand why I had to be that. Why did I have to be the rock when I was just a means? I was taken to an orphanage by a mother who suffered from schizophrenia. Came from childhood tragedy that she had to deal with, things that she had to overcome. So I was left with that leader. That leader I defended. That leader I trusted. That leader that lied to me. For 49 years, that leader has lied to me and has yet to tell me the truth. I don't believe that'll happen. Pride, trauma, there's a lot that gets in the way of truth, but I didn't get to hear my mother's voice until I was nearly 20 years old. The fiasco that I had endured, and that actually my grandmother endured, the emotional roller coaster of meeting her and then having her slip through the cracks and not show up. It was just, I didn't know how to be. It started at 16. So left a little disappointed, but I got to meet her finally when I was 20, and I didn't know what to expect. I only knew and understood what everyone told me, and there was some truth to that. But I was still living in the shadow of my leader. I was taking steps that I shouldn't have been taking. At 19, I was just as addicted to crank and whatever else I could get my hands on, just like him. I didn't want to be. I knew I didn't want to be. It wasn't my thing. Even then, I'd rather say no another night. I was encouraged to be like him. I was not encouraged to stick school out. Shoot for your own goals, shoot for your own dreams. Picked up a lot. But in those early years until my late teens, those are the doors that cracked back open for me. Just like they probably cracked back open for you. Needing to learn how to sit with that emotion again at a level of maturity that I didn't have pre-2020. Thought I did. I thought I had it all together. Things crept in. Desires that I should have never entertained sprung up. A lifestyle I thought I wanted to live popped into play. I quickly realized that it was not what I wanted. I enjoyed the happiness and the camaraderie and the love. Thought I found my community. But really all I found was the devil wears Prada. That is God's honest truth. I stood back and looked into the crowd and went, I thought I wanted this, but I don't. But there's a lot of things I cherish because of my upbringing. A lot of things I'm really good at, and that's being completely unattached to anything. So when you grow up not being able to love anything or become attached to anything, you tend to acquire everything that you didn't have, and then poof, one day you have to unlove it again and start from a very strange place. I've negotiated the last 5 years on my own, figuring things out myself, not even really relearning anything, but just having the ability to not ask for help, having the strength to just hit it head on. No psychologist, just a few YouTube, Instagram videos got me started. And then I realized that everything that I was doing, I was doing it right. So I stopped listening to everybody. I stopped reading the self-help books because it was just a letdown. It's like, gosh, I'm doing this already, naturally, spiritually, from within. Where's it coming from? My grandmother told me once when I was about 14 that she prayed for me every day. First time someone ever told me that. And I didn't know what that meant. I didn't know what that meant until I was in my 40s. When my then wife included me in her daily prayers. It's when I really started feeling the pain of rejection. Didn't really understand it, never really felt like I was rejected. But when your wife prays for you to become a man of God, and then when you become that man, and she lets you know that she doesn't want it, she's not interested in that lifestyle, that's rejection. That's when everything starts to unravel. That's when you just feel completely worthless. And I did. I felt worthless for a while. I felt shushed in my own home. I lost my voice. I went into fight or flight. I stopped talking. Just completely stopped talking to anyone, to everyone, and nobody listened. I became that 8-year-old child again. I didn't know why. So I went on a journey. You know, that journey has taken me back and forth from as early as I can remember to till present day. Not a lot of problems present day, but I can look back and I can say I fucking survived that. And that I want everybody to feel. I want everybody to feel that they can stand up and say, I win. I win. You don't have control over me anymore. My emotions, everything, it's mine. It's not a sense of weakness, especially for men. It is absolutely not a weakness to be vulnerable, to say that fucked me up for a long time and I'm having a difficult time. It's not a weakness to ask for help. I asked for help. I looked that woman straight in the face. I need help. And she said, suck it up. You're on your own. The same woman that prayed for me every morning. So here I am. This is my testimony. And there's a lot more to it. Come one, come all. I'm speaking to you, whoever you are. I know you have it in you to step out of that funk, because that's what a lot of us are in right now, is we are in an absolute funk. Just smile, say hello, look your neighbor in the eye.